Let's go now.
They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Smith on 3rd down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first. Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Ready.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Reload.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
60
Off of play action, here's Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That's Azeez Al-Shaair getting through for the sack that time.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Block it in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long, thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
In his own end zone, it's Lance.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
This was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
The Niners had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey.
There he goes, left side. He's at the 30, 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers. Good throw there. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 43. From the gun, it's Walker. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to Walker on first down. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
70. Here's alert.
Here's Smith. Completes it to Fant on the right side. Touchdown! Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Let's go now.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ready?
McCaffrey running up the middle.
And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here we go.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Flying in to pick up that sack, Jordan Brooks.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
Ready.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
Come on, set.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. And Justin Coleman brings him down.
You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Ready.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey.
His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Goodwin. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on it, and they pick up a first down.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. Now Gino on first down. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Smith.
He completes this to Walker.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Smith.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Again, Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers.
From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Myers winds up yanking it. This is no good. Line to the left, and that will keep the lead at 8.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for him, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal in the late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got the lead seed. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The Lance now to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Lance looks to throw again.
Eluding and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple.
On second down, it's Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And Walker once more.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Gino. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Let's go now.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Gino. He hits his target, Lockett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. On 1st down, it's Smith. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. They snap it to Smith. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 32 yards. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
Dragon 60. Catch smash. Catch smash. Hustle.
Gino's going to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 40. The 20. 10. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
On the
The
set.
San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Smith. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Walker. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Brandon, we spent time with this team before the game, and there was never any indication that they did not like their kicker.
Well, it shows right now that they didn't like their kicker. Why didn't they just put it through the goalpost and take the lead?
That is going to be the question that has to be answered. I don't know about you, but I'm skipping my flight. I'm going to the post-game press conference to find out what they were thinking.
Instead of playing conservative, they go through the air, and what a stunning turn of events. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Here we go, here we go. 18, Pioneers. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Fresh off the pick 6, it's Smith. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Let's go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Let's go, ladies. Mustang 19.
Gino now to throw. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara.
Smith. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, break. Go.
Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie. the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. A big mistake there. You just got the lead, fourth quarter, and now they start at the 40.
Here we go.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Here we go.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Ready?
Here's Lance to throw it. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Okay, right.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the 49ers will add to their 4th quarter lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
18 Rodgers, 18 Rodgers. 7 Rodgers.
Now Smith. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. It's caught, Lockett. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string them? And the Niners get there and bring him down.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
I think every player in the NFL would want to come back from injury, as Nick Bosa did last season. 15.5 sacks, fourth in the NFL, after playing in only 2 games the prior season due to a knee injury.
19 tight.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Another try after the first down sack. Smith. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Man open, it's Goodwin.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Smith. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Throwing again is Smith.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line.
70 Rangers.
Now Gino on 1st down.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got his big tight end, Fant.
Got it. Ready?
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2, Smith.
He's got his tight end, Fant. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Ready? Hustle.
Here's Smith. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the 49er hands team does its job. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Ready. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Ready.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keeps the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Ready.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready.
McCaffrey on the counter. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Ready. Tap for 11. Tap for 11.
Now Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip, try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
One last throw here for Smith.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed some